You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to discuss the CW Arrowverse. And for those of you who follow Arrow, Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, you obviously know what I'm talking about. And, you know, I did a video earlier this week regarding The Flash because I thought it was such a great episode. And, you know, when I had the revelation of what I thought might happen, I had to share it on my video. And, you know, I've been really thinking about, because this has been a really good season for Arrow. I mean, this is probably on par with season 2, but less in the destruction area. You know what I mean? There's not this big city fallout and stuff like that. And after what happened at the end of the last episode, spoilers for those who haven't seen it, but seeing Slade Wilson at the end of the episode was just so exciting. And, you know, it's getting to the point now, we're seeing that CW is having such a great success putting together these DC characters that, you know, I was talking to some people on the nation, or at least I expressed my opinion, that I think it's time they really bring Batman into the scene. I really think they need to, and not really his own show. I think they need to do with Batman what they did with Superman on Supergirl, which is implement Superman into the season, into some episodes, into the story, but not necessarily him having his own show. And I really think it's at the point now where they can pull this off, and I think Arrow would be the perfect show for them to utilize. You know, a lot of people have compared Arrow, especially in its early seasons, like season 1, season 2, to Batman. And, you know, there's a lot of Arrow fans who don't like that, you know, Arrow's its own thing, but that's not a bad comparison. That's a compliment, you know. And a lot of you know, I'm very critical of Batman only because of what the fans do to him. The fans raise him up a lot higher than I think he should be, but that doesn't mean he's a bad character. That doesn't mean that he's very popular. And I really think with DC's movie struggles, they should really enhance their TV. I think they should leverage their television programs, which are very good, and use that to, you know, as another outlet to, well, obviously gather revenue. First of all, that's obviously the number one reason they do these things, but also just to give a little better vibe for some of their characters, in a group setting. You know, I mean, we've seen Batman vs Superman didn't turn out too well. Suicide Squad didn't turn out too well. We've seen Suicide Squad on the CW before. We might be seeing them again next year, but this time in Flash. Looks like they were teasing that in the last Flash episode, showing all the different, Suicide Squad members that were in Argus. And, I really would like to see and they have mentioned Batman before. He does exist in the Arrowverse. He has been, I don't want to say directly mentioned, but he's been mentioned indirectly on numerous occasions on Arrow. And it would be great if they were to bring him in, even if it's for, periodically throughout the rest of the season. Perhaps it's you know, maybe a villain that Arrow is dealing with that Batman has also dealt with, and he comes into Star City, not necessarily to help Arrow, but to kind of go after this villain, and then him and Batman can clash. You know, this is my city, and, you know, Batman can kind of talk shit like, well, this may be your city, but I'm best at this, and I'm better than you, or something along those lines. And I know some people are gonna get mad that I knocked the DC movies again, but, you know, it is what it is. They just haven't done well up to this point. With that said, to be fair, I did hear that the early critic reviews for Wonder Woman are going very well, which excites me very much, because that's the one movie that I've felt confidence in ever since I saw Wonder Woman, her small role in Batman vs Superman. And then going forward, the trailers have looked phenomenal, and I'm really excited to see Wonder Woman. But, you know, assuming Wonder Woman does fantastic, that's one good movie out of all the ones they've had at this point. And, I think that they should, you know, they should really leverage their TV show. And I would love nothing more than to see a Batman implemented onto Arrow. You know, for one season, you know, just a little bit, just like you see Superman in Supergirl on, you know, every now and then on Mondays in certain episodes. I really think it'll be a good thing. I really think they should do it. They have really taken the DC, universe and really have developed something special on television. And now they have Black Lightning coming out, and that trailer looked freaking awesome. Now, granted, he's not going to be part of the Arrowverse, but that can change, you know? Supergirl was never going to be part of the Arrowverse. In fact, when Supergirl went on, when it was on, what was it, CBS at the time, I believe? You know, nobody thought for 1 minute that she would ever share an episode with somebody from the CW. She ended up having an episode with The Flash. Now she's on the CW and she's part of the Arrowverse. So, you know, anything's possible. I'm sure Black Lightning, at some point, they're going to say, look, let's throw him into the mix, even if it's for an episode or two for the season. You know, with the multiverse existing on Flash now, anything is possible, which is more of a reason why I think they should bring in Batman. Even if they don't bring him into the Arrow show, have maybe a crossover, multiverse crossover where he shows up. Anything is possible, but I really think they should utilize what they've done with the shows on the CW in terms regarding DC shows. And I really think they should bring Batman into the mix. And I know, you know, I know there's Gotham. That's a different take on Batman. Obviously, Batman, it's more centered around Jim Gordon. I really think they should make a Batman for the Arrowverse. Not permanent. I'm not saying their own show, because we know that Batman draws the money on the silver screen. So you don't want to I shouldn't say oversaturate, but you don't want to, I guess, take the chance. I don't think people would get confused, to be honest. With all the Batman fans out there, they would know the difference. But why not? At this point, why not? You know, they got Superman on there already, so might as well bring in Batman and just leverage it. That's what I would do. And I think at this point, I would love to see a Batman Arrow, Bruce Wayne, Oliver Queen showdown. You know, showdown of the rich boys that have had hard training. Both have had experience with the League of Assassins. And, yeah, man, that would be some good shit. Anyway, why don't you guys let me know your thoughts below, as to how you would feel about Batman being implemented on Arrow for one season, not every episode, just as a special guest character for a number of episodes in the season, perhaps the storyline dealing with a villain that he dealt with, and while conflicting with Oliver Queen in the early going, eventually helping him take down the same villain. That way they, you know, because they'll be serving each other's interests. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. You can follow E.T.N on Facebook, Twitch or Twitter, or join the Nation Facebook page. Don't forget to click that subscribe button on your way out.